Hey everybody, it's TF Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the Marvel Legends Disney Plus wave part of the Captain America Flight Gear Loki, as well as Baron Zemo from their respective shows. Loki being from Loki, of course. Baron Zemo being from Falcon and Winter Soldier. I actually recorded this video months ago, and I've just not gotten around to reviewing it. As newer stuff's come out, I'm just putting this in here, not really going to go over the packaging just because it's been covered by now. Like a lot of people have covered this wave by now. So I just wanted to still, I recorded it. I still want to make the video. So everything you're going to see past this part here is pretty old stuff. So there might be some outdated information that you're going to hear. But I don't really feel like recording, re-recording a 23-minute video and whatnot. But yeah, so here they are out of the packaging. I don't have the packaging anymore, sadly. But they're pretty okay. I don't think they're the best of the way. Like, there are some parts of them that are kind of disappointing, but other parts that are pretty good. So let's go ahead and take a look at. We're going to look at Baron Zemo first, and we'll take a look at Loki.
So we have this wing piece here for Falcon, and since I have all the figures, I will be building this soon. And yeah, just wanted to give you a quick look at that. Could look better, honestly. Other than that, we do have a good spread of other accessories. We do have a pair of fists, which is awesome. Not every character in the series got fists. I don't know why. But anyway, these fists in particular, they look really good. They have some nice texturing of some black in there. I believe these are molded in purple, and the black is painted on. So what lines are sculpted in there look really good. And then there's some good texturing on the back of the hands here. And the purple comes through really nice. I dig these gloves. Again, nice that we got the fists. We have a masked head. This is awesome. These eyes actually come through pretty well. I don't know why one of these, the light is not shining through for some reason. There's a little bit of a shadow in there, unfortunately. But again, they both, both eyes came through really nice. Is what I'm trying to say, damn it. But the mask itself has some nice wrinkles. And mostly like stretching. Could have some better paint, just a solid purple piece here, which is glued on top of a face, which does, I've seen images of it, it looks weird. It looks very weird and bug-eyed. Very cool that we get it, get this mask though. And I'm glad that they put this in the Disney Plus show. We had a dumb gun, a non-realistic gun. You know, y'all probably know how I feel about unrealistic guns with Marvel Legends. That should have realistic guns, but it is molded in gold. We've gotten this before. If you have like a Hydra it could work for Hydra, but if you have an AIM character which uses science guns, this will probably work for them. We've gotten that before with other characters. I can't name which ones though. I don't remember. We have this cool book though. I believe this was this Mission Report? I don't remember, but it's got the nice star right there on the front, which actually you could see some variations of dark in the red there. It looks like they put a wash in there. I don't know if it's molded like that or painted actually. That's really cool. And there's a little bit of sculpting on the inside of the book. Not a lot though. So we do get a pretty good amount of stuff with this guide, and I'm glad. It's like what I usually do with the, figures that are based on actors. I compare them to an image of the actor, and this is not a perfect likeness of David Brühl. Looks good though. One thing I do want to talk about, my goodness, what is going on? What's the purple in the hair? I don't understand that. I mean, it's cool that we get some kind of shading, but I would have preferred a light brown. I'm sure in certain light, it will look really good with this type of highlights in there. But that is not what his hair looks like. I mean, I know the guy has purple. He has a mask that has purple. The rest of his outfit is pretty much purple. But I don't think there's purple streaks in his hair. That's a little weird. Okay, so let's talk about the actual face as well. This is one where I feel like there isn't much face printing. I don't know. It just feels like the way that they are doing the eyes is how they used to do it with the human characters. Not that was bad. Well, some of them are pretty bad. But this one, it definitely, when you look closer, it does have the face printing on there. It's just, I don't know. I think the sculpt is there, but the paint is not. But what they did do, he has freckles and certain blemishes on his face that they actually got on here pretty accurately. So I will commend them for that. That's awesome. Let's see. This body is new. I have never seen this body before, at least the upper torso. Could have been reused from something that has a plastic overlay, could be completely wrong, or again, could be brand new. But it looks pretty good with some nice, it's like a maroonish color with some nice wrinkles and whatnot. And that's what the neck looks like. You see some more purple going on in there. There's really no paint going on the torso. We have this nice trench coat, which I haven't seen before. You could use this with other characters. Let's see. Maybe if you were making like a Joker out of a Marvel Legends body, which, I mean, there's other options to do that. Better options, honestly. This could probably work. But there is some, you see the fur here, there's some white bleeding really bad into the purple there on the back. It's not super distracting though, because you're going to be looking at this figure from the front mostly, I assume. We do have some paint on the collar though, as you can see. Look, I have to turn the brightness down on my camera a little bit so you can see it. Look pretty good. With the paint could be better. Not horrible though. The sculpting could be also a little bit better, but I dig it. And these arms have pinless tech. Same thing. No, the legs don't have pinless tech. The arms do have pinless tech. So that's cool. I dig that. What else? With nice wrinkles going on. We do have this hand here, which this is one he comes packaged with. This is for holding guns. He can hold just about any gun. So if you don't like the gun he comes with, you can use other guns. That's awesome. There is not a lot. I'll show off in the articulation, but there's not a lot of space right here for the hands. We do have a pointing hand though. So that's cool. You can do a good amount of stuff with a pointing hand, like just pointing at a character or shushing or pointing at the book. So I did that. We have some silver on the belt right there, as well as this crotch piece, which I also haven't seen before. Get down to the legs. Now, I don't know where my other suit bodies are. The only one I have on me is Nick Fury from, what's it called? Captain Marvel, which had some of the stuff here, especially in the legs, are a bit of a different sculpt. I want to say, if I had one on me, that these legs are reused from the normal comics suit body. I wish I had one with me. I misplaced one. I had one in my collection. I mean, I have a ton in my collection, but I have one on hand, and I don't know where I put it. That was the one I would use usually for comparisons with suit bodies. Maybe I'll try to find one later and confirm that. But there's no pinless tech here, which makes me think that. And it's just some lines going straight down with some wrinkles in the cuffs and whatnot. We do have these boots, which I haven't seen before. Actually, we could have gotten these before, but they're not, standard. We do have a silver buckle painted on there. I think it's good enough when it comes to the paint. I was going to say it could be better, but I think it's fine. Anything else I need to talk about? The belt. There's a little bit more details in there. It's kind of hard to see because the coat covers it. We do have some wrinkles towards the butt, though, as you can see. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for the rest of this body. I'll give you a quick 360 look before I have to let my dog out because she's whining for some reason. But, yeah, new parts with some probably reused. I think it looks pretty good. Before we keep going with the articulation, I found my J. Jonah Jameson figure, and I can confirm that the suit pants are being used for Zemo, since you can definitely see some reuse here. Now, I do wish they would retool these legs in the future. I don't know if the actual length of the leg here makes the figure long or, taller, but I do wish that they would use the Sam Jackson legs more, because there's an actual rotation here at the ankle, whereas there's just a swivel, there's no rotation. And the the foot articulation, mostly for suit bodies, is not the greatest. But the rest of the articulation is pretty good. We do have a head that is on this ball peg that can go side to side all the way around here. It can pivot and whatnot. The down is not that great, but the up is also not that great, but it's serviceable. The in and out for the arms is horrible. That's as far as it could go. What the hell? Arms go all the way around. We do have upper arms. We do have double jointed elbows. We do have a swivel at the wrist. And I believe these sets of hands that he comes packaged with are up and down, while the fists are in and out. We do have an ab crunch, which the coat gets in the way, but that's as far as you can get it. And then we do have a waist twitch, which for some reason I just heard a click, and now I can tell the waist is off center. This happens sometimes with Marvel Legends. This happened with my movie Deadpool. I hate when that happens. Like, watch, it will snap. It's gonna snap there. It wants to be there. Like, this this will snap in the center properly. This will not now. That was horrible. That is something that really irks me, and that's something you should hopefully take consideration of when you're looking at some of your Marvel Legends. I don't know which ones do it. It's mostly the movie figures that do it, and it's annoying. Anyway, rants over. In and out like this. We do have upper thigh swivel. We do get the double jointed knees right there. Man, this coat really gets in the way, doesn't it? The down can be a little bit better. You can push the shoe out a little bit. The up is not great. And we do have ankle rocker. So for the Build-A-Figure pieces that Loki comes with, we do have the backpack piece that will go to our new Captain America. Now the one that I'll just say right now, which I'll talk about in the review for it, the figure itself, that figure, you know, Captain America will come with a backpack piece that doesn't have any holes on it, so it's just a piece that doesn't have wings, which I think is cool. And this piece, you can see, does have it, which I'll talk more in detail about that in review. We do get Red Wing 2.0, I believe, right there. And we do have a little ball jointed stand that should plug into backpack pieces, which this part will go into Red Wing, so you know, you can fly around with Sam. And then we have this base right here, which is going to help you stand up the wings whenever you get them built, which for some reason is not focusing. And that's it. Nothing when it comes to actual accessories for Loki. Not an alternate head, not a dagger, not some kind of TVA accessory, nothing. So we're doing another likeness check to see if this figure looks like Tom Hiddleston. I think it does. Yeah, I think the previous Loki's, the one from the Infinity War 2-pack, as well as the Ragnarok version, I think also look pretty much like Tom Hiddleston. And this one here, I just don't really like how the hair is swooped in a dynamic pose. I mean, it doesn't look too dynamic, so it can look normal, but at the same time, for me, I think it's just a little too swoopy, like it's getting caught in the air. But that doesn't really reflect the likeness too much. I think it looks really good. Speaking of those previous Lokis, I have the Infinity War version here. Some people have noticed and taken issue that the new Loki is a little bit smaller than the old Loki here. And I never realize how tall Tom Hiddleston was. He's a pretty tall guy. I can see why people would be upset. For me, this is like a centimeter or two off from each other. It's noticeable, but it's really not that big of a deal for me, at least. Let's move this out of the way, and let's just go ahead and talk about this figure, because there's some new, there's some reused, and there's some things I like, there's some things I don't. Again, I talked about the likeness, pretty good. Pretty much everything about it looks really good, seriously. I think the lip color, what they did with the eyes as well, with the eyebrows too. Now it's just matte black, I believe, going on with the hair. It doesn't look too bad, though. It could look glossier, which would look horrible, I think. And kind of like this one's not horrible, but it's just a little too glossy. That was my Xbox. This one, they look similar, but in person, this is definitely a little bit more matte, and I dig that a little bit more. I probably sound like a freaking nutcase. I like what they did with the ties in this show. They're not, I mean, they're ties, but they have these nice, like, rounded off pieces here. I believe the same thing is going to happen with Mobius when we get that Marvel Legends figure. The paint on the tie is really nice. And you can tell, again, that this is the Nick Fury figure because we have some harnesses sculpted in there. We have some nice, you can see some wrinkles going on. These arms have been reused from previous suit bodies time and time again. Not much wrong with them. I wish there was paint on the buttons, though, at least. So there's not much new there. This coat I've never seen before. This one's awesome. What you guys really should do, which a lot of people were saying they were going to do, make this a Commissioner Gordon custom, because this jacket looks like something that you could wear for Gotham PD. There's the variant printed right there. You would have to take that off if you wanted to use this for a custom. This coat is nice. I wish there was better paint, but the wrinkles on here are pretty nice, and they do have some seam lines sculpted on there, and the word variant is nicely printed. And we do have a TVA logo right there. That looks like it's a little bit harder to get off. You probably can, though. Looking pretty good. It's pretty clean overall. Hands have been reused time and time again when you have the suit bodies. This one's got more of like a closed grip for holding guns and other weapons. This is a more open grip. So you can't really do much with it unless the accessory is big enough for that. I like the That is a TVA belt. I just realized it says TVA on the belt. That is awesome. It is painted on there and printed really well. It's got some nice bronze colored in there too. With the rest of it's black. You see the nice glossy black right there. Got the Loki butt turned all the way around. We have some pocket. We have at least one pocket. That's interesting. You get down to the legs. That looks in person. The brown from here on the hip looks a little bit different from here, but it's not too noticeable. Nice wrinkles, which we've gotten before with the Nick Fury character or the figure, from Captain Marvel. That side too. Nice seam line going down. There's a lot of stretching on the inside of the thighs as well and down towards the calves. So that's interesting. We've gotten these shoes plenty of times. I wish we had maybe some alternate arms. Kind of like what these are a little too muscular, but like J. Jonah Jameson's arms, because he does have, a coatless look that could work in this show. I believe he has some sleeves rolled up at some points because he's mostly in a suit in the show. And then that's what the top of the feet look like with the shoes, and the shoelaces are not the easiest to see. Are they reused? Yes, they are reused from this Nick Fury that I brought out a couple times. That's what the bottom of the feet look like. There is something weird going on. You can see what is with it's like this plastic is being stretched out. That's kind of concerning. You see that whiting? Like, look at that. That's weird. So at least it's on the bottom of the shoe, though. I don't know what the hell that is. But anyway, I'll do another quick 360. This thing, again, there's some reuse that could be better when it comes to new and reused parts. But like the coat's awesome. I like that. The head sculpt overall is generally good, as well as the tie. I dig the tie. Articulation is pretty basic. It doesn't have any updated articulation since it's a lot of reuse, which is fine. The articulation was pretty good as is. Head goes up that far, down pretty far. There's a little bit of space in the head there, so we'll want to pivot down a little bit more. Arms go all the way around. They do go in and out here, better than Baron Zemo. Arms go all the way around. They do have double joint elbows. This has a swivel at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. I believe these are both sets of hands. This one doesn't really want to move too well. We do have an ab crunch. It's forward and back. We have a waist twist right there. Legs go forward. Not really back at all. That's as far as splits go. Upper thigh swivel. We do have the double jointed knee right there. Foot doesn't really go up too much, as you can see. Down sort of, but we do have a actual swivel right there, which I like. And then we have ankle rocker. Really quick, I want to bring out the old Loki and see if that head will pop on here. Hopefully it will. He looks like Big Ed from whatever that reality show is. So for size comparisons, I'm doing all Marvel Legends on the right. We have the Infinity War Loki right there, which I've established is going to be a little bit taller than both figures in the center. On the left, we have J. Jonah Jameson, which is actually a little bit shorter than both of Baron Zemo as well as Loki. Now, if we bring out the comics Baron Zemo, which mine's a little messed up, it is also just by a smidge shorter. It could be the same height as the new Baron Zemo, and I just have a standard size Marvel Legends figure like the Retro Collection Spider-Man there for comparison. You can see that he's a little bit shorter than Loki, and I believe about the same height as, or maybe a little bit shorter than Baron Zemo. So like I said earlier in the review, both are good, could be better. Baron Zemo, I think I like a little bit more, honestly. I just don't really like what they're doing with the paint and the hair. It looks kind of weird. Other paint apps, mostly on the coat, look a little weird as well. What we do have that's new is pretty good, but some of the range and motion in the articulation, mostly those arms, horrible. The cuffs don't really move too well either. I don't really like what happened to my waist either. It wants to be off-centered, and it bugs me. Some people are going to say I'm weird and they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's fine, but it's happened to me a couple of times. There's something that sometimes it will snap in a figure and it disaligns the bottom of the waist basically just being straight. It's just weird and I don't like it. I don't understand what the hell happened with my figure, but the rest of it is pretty solid. I just wish, I don't know, it didn't come with all. I came with a realistic gun, that would be cool too, but it comes with a weird gold dumb gun that I don't like. I'm being pretty critical. It sounds like I hate these. I really don't. I'm just a little disappointed. The Loki figure also could be a little bit better. I like what we have that's new. Head sculpt is fine. Not really a big fan, again, of the swooping here. I can live with it. But the coat's nice. The printing on the coat is also pretty good, as well as the tie looking really nice. I do wish it was a little bit taller, but I like this particular version of at least the lower torso. You're going to notice the differences with the suit body. I wish it was used for pretty much every suit body. But it's just a bunch of reuse with a new head. And maybe some new parts like the coat again and the tie. So there's not much special going on with Loki. Doesn't come with anything. I definitely wish he could. So that's pretty much it. That's me ranting and raving just a little bit about these figures. Again, I just wish they were a little bit better, but you need them to complete the build of figures. So there you go. $20 each. I got mine from Walmart's, but they're starting to get pretty easy to find other places too. I'll leave some links down in the descriptions below. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you think about the figures, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.